You are a global citizen, whether you acknowledge it or not, because you live in a globally interconnected world. And therefore, it isn't a question of whether we choose to be global citizens or not. It's accepting that reality and learning from it and making the most of it that we can for our understanding and betterment as well as that of others. If you eat food, drive a car, or wear clothing, then you're a global citizen. You have to be, because many of our clothes are made outside the U.S. Most of the gasoline that is processed that we drive to work with is imported from outside the U.S. And much of our food, from the bananas to the rice to other very, very basic commodities, are produced and shipped globally. You're a global citizen every time you walk through the supermarket or every time you stop and buy a tank of gasoline. I think 9/11 helped us to see these interconnections. I think that for the first time in a very stark way, we learned that there were people who were not friendly toward us and who would act in a very tragic and destructive way toward us because of who we are and because of what the United States stands for as a power in the world. It brings tremendous hope to me that people did not, after 9/11, decide that the world was a fearful place and that they had to retreat from it in fear. That fear is not the only force at work in the world, which is a proclamation that the United Methodist Church made following 9/11. The survey that we did on global citizenship shows that the number one concern that people had is the global economy and unemployment. And there's obviously a very real and genuine reason for that. But that after 9/11, we did not withdraw and become a fearful people was, I think, a very, very encouraging sign. As long as 1 billion people live in abject poverty, you have 1 billion people who are very likely to be exploited and to be a source of global instability. And there are now a bottom billion around the world who live in abject poverty. If there is that kind of global misery and suffering, that affects all of us, and it imperils global stability for everyone. It's very important to know what's going on in the world if we hope to change the world. We can't be an isolated community anymore. There is no more there anymore. It's all of us together. And our destinies are bound together. Our hopes are bound together. The peace and stability of the world is bound together.